Welcome, welcome, everybody. Yeah, microphone is on. Just had to make sure. All right, so today I've decided two things. One in honor of Queen Elizabeth and the new king, King Charles III. Still kind of hard for me to say. I'm sure everybody's kind of getting used to that. I'm going to edit some London 2012 sports photographs. I lived in London for quite some time, so it is near and dear to my heart, and I've been watching all the goings on over the week. And my thoughts are with everybody, all my friends in the UK. So, all right, let's see. I'm not sure what ones I want to edit, but let's play around with them. I have edited a lot of these previously, but not completely, so always fun. I actually really like doing Olympic photography. It's a lot of fun for me. And because I like to go to the Olympics. So, there you go. Oh, by the way, I had a couple of YouTubes drop over the weekend. I have two new series that I do. One is called The Basics, and the other one is called Viewfinder. In Viewfinder, I talk about the story behind the photograph. And in The Basics, just go over, they're really short videos on YouTube. I just go over some basics of, camera work and photography based on, people having asked me for these basic details. So just having fun with those. So check those out. Oh, sorry, I had to crack my neck. I apologize. I apologize for the echoing sound of me cracking my neck. Actually, I really like this one. Just need to bring the exposure up a little bit on that. But I like this one because I can bring it in. And I just love the strain on his face. I mean, he is really straining with that hold. Let me go ahead and lock that one in. Flag it. Actually, I don't need to do that. I'm just going to bring up the exposure a tiny drop more. And then I do want to remove a little bit of noise. There's just a hair of noise on there that I like to get rid of. And I'll keep that one flagged for later. I just like the look on his face on that one. This one is really cool too. I like this photograph too because of he's got the Beijing 2008 tattoo, which was his first Olympics. This gentleman is from Spain. and it's just, he's striking a perfect pose. I just want to crop that down a hair. And then also, these are pretty easy to edit because I'm not really doing a lot to them. I don't need to do a lot to them. And then I can contrast it a little bit. And flag that one. So I'm just going to do a few of these just because they're fun. Oh, actually, there are a couple. Oh, I think I did work on this one. Let me see. Good old Usain Bolt right in the center. That is one fast man. I mean, look at those muscles. Yeah, I like that. It's a little bit better. Yeah. And do a little bit more noise reduction. Not too much. There we go. And then I'm going to bring up the shadows, so just get the faces a little bit better. And I've always really liked this photograph. And this one too. I wish I had pulled out a little bit more on this one. I was really down there on the starting line, so it unfortunately I had focused in a little too close. I wish I had pulled out a bit further to get a wider angle shot. But I mean, you could see in this shot how Usain Bolt is already into his arm swing, and these guys are still just jumping off the block. So it was just a really good capture of exactly what his power is. I've always liked that one. And let me go to this one. And I do want to sharpen this one up a bit. fine too. This was Oscar Pistorius' last race. That's too much. Oh, actually, I'll do motion blur normal because there's not a lot. There we go. There's really not much blur there. No, I don't like that one at all. Let's try standard. That's better. With the sharpening, the Topaz Sharpen, you really have to trial and error with these presets. And, you know, sometimes I alter them too. But this did what I wanted it to do. So it sharpened up these guys. I'm going to blur the background a little bit more, but it... And in a print, it was good as it was. It was fine, but could improve it just a touch. I am going to, however, get rid of whatever that is on the track. There we go. That was kind of annoying. And then I'm just going to blur this out a bit more. It's always nice when the background is already blurred. You already have a decent bokeh on it. But just to get in there and blur it a little bit more, especially if you've sharpened anything, you do need to remember to get in there and reblur. Otherwise, it's going to leave some really weird looking stuff in the background. Gotta be ever so careful right around the image. That you want to sharpen or keep sharp. You also have to be careful you don't leave like a halo effect on the hairline. So you have to really get in close. So you make sure you don't do that. And of course, getting in close makes sure that you don't miss anything in your blurring. I should say re-blurring, your re-bokeh. Making sure to always get the edges as well. Sometimes people forget to bring it all the way to the edge, and the edges have a weird sharpness to them. That's the danger in some of the tools, is that if you're going to use them, you have to be aware that you're going to need sometimes to be very, very careful and go back and redo some things that you wouldn't necessarily think of redoing, and you have to be conscious that you can't just like go back and just generally blur. You've got to, go back and make sure that the edges are done, and all that good stuff. And that you get in all the little areas. So that you don't miss anything. I am annoyed by the weirdest things, like that spot right there. Little spots on the track. I think I've got issues. All right, so I'm good with that. So a lot better. Just got rid of a spot there that I didn't like. A lot better. Clearer on the guys running. More of the background blurred. And I'll just get rid of these weird lines I don't like on the track. And that's good. I think that's good. I'm happy with that. There we go. So I'm going to take the flag off of that one. That was the next one. And yeah, take the flag off of this one too. All right. And we can go back in here. Man, my wrist is killing me. I love how Miller of the Bahamas runs with his necklace in his mouth to keep it from flapping on his shirt. I was not in a good spot for these. Or I was drunk. Maybe I had one too many beers. I don't know. I don't think that can be sharpened, but let's try it. Not a good photo. Would have been a good photo. Not a good photo. Even though you're having a good time, don't drink while you're while you're shooting, because this is what happens. I was having a couple beers with people around me, celebrating, having a good time, and yeah. That's a little better. All right, that's not too bad. I can live with that. All right, then I do want to take it into Adobe Photoshop, and I can bring that down a little bit, a lot actually. And you know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get rid of the boom mic. That's just in my way. Boo, boom mic. And you know what? This is kind of distracting too, even though it's part of the track. The track was a little wet. It's just distracting. So we've got her just standing there. Okay. Actually, I'm going to bring the shadow up on her face so we get a really good look at her smile. There we go. That's better. And I'm actually going to export this one because I've never published this one. Come on, folders. What is going on? There we go. All right. Did I have anything in here? Oh, people. I can put her in people. Haha, there's an old picture of me pin trading. Fun, fun, fun. me go back to this one and has a bit of a yellow tinge to it, which I want to take out. Take out a little of the orange. That's better. Just needed a little color correction. And I'm going to take this into Mr. Photoshop. All right, no, I'm not. Okay, bringing it into Photoshop for two reasons. One, actually I can bring that back down again. One is because I do want to blur the background a little bit more, just a hair back up here. And there are a couple little minor spots I see that I'm not liking. There we go. Little spots bug me. All right, that was it. Come on. Oh yeah, I did it. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to bring it into Luminar Neo. Theoretically. Yeah, there we go. Bring it into Luminar Neo, and then I want to adjust, make some adjustments on the portrait. So portrait bokeh. Whoops. Just do a little bit. And then that brings up this where I can put more light on his face. A little more light on his face. Let's see. Maybe not. No, it's fine. Bring a little more light up on his face is fine. I'm going to have to bring down... Oh. Okay. Can't do the portrait bokeh. So, yeah. I'm just going to do his face. The portrait bokeh really messed up his hair right in there. So I'm just going to lighten his face a little bit, give his face a bit more light. It's like shining a light on it, almost as if I was down there with studio lights. Kind of cool. It's one of the things I really love about this. I don't do portrait photography per se. I don't do studio portraits. I do portraiture of indigenous cultures, cultural things. This, for me, is a cultural event. So that kind of stuff. But other than that, I don't do regular portraiture. Okay. That's all I'm gonna do. Leave everything else the same. I'll go ahead and do the denoise a little bit in here. This doesn't need too much denoising, just a little bit on his skin. Just to clear him up. And, oh, actually depth. A little bit more depth. All right, that's good. So I'm going to unflag that, and now we've got something where his face is highlighted a little bit more. Now I'm going to bump up the contrast a little bit so it will take a little bit of that sharpness of the light on his face, which I overcorrected on the face light so that I could use contrast here. Deepen the blacks. And then I'm going to go back into the HSL and remove a bit more yellow. I mean, the floorboard that he's on, it was slightly yellow, but I want to take out more of the yellow because it's actually, I don't like what's on his face here. Let me take that back. See if that brings it back. Yeah. All right. Be able to do that, but not the luminance. You know what I'm going to do? That little shine area on his face is bugging me. So that's going to kind of blend here. I don't know if I like that any better. Nope, I do not. Now, let's try this. Okay, I don't like that. Don't like it at all. All right, I'm going to take it back into Neo. Oh. I see, it is something on his face. try it in Neo again. Let me try something else. Sometimes it's really hard. On faces, when, you know, if it's not an actual like model shoot, which is, that's not my thing. I, you know, have utmost respect for people who do model shoots. Good friend of mine, no longer with us, but he was just an amazing model photographer. He did semi-nudes and was just incredible. I should actually show some of his work, because his work was incredible. Nope, that looks weird. All right, I'm gonna have to go to face, or actually skin, and try defects removal. That's blending in a little bit more. Definitely don't want to use that. Let's try the standard high key. No. Nope. I mean, that is something on his face, so there's nothing I can really do unless I color correct. I mean, which I could do. I don't like to do that on somebody's face. In the type of portraiture I do, you have to do it if you're doing model photography. Mm-mm. All right, I'm not convinced on this one. I'm just gonna hold off. I'll keep it flagged. I'll unflag the other ones. Just not convinced. Yeah, see, it's just his face. I don't really want to alter a person's face too much in a more candid shot. Oh yeah, this guy's amazing. Do need a little color correction there. But this guy was absolutely amazing. A little bit of a yellow cast to his skin. Actually, I took the orange down. Didn't mean to do that. There we go. That's a bit better. Oldest gymnast. This was in 2012. Oldest gymnast. I think he had competed in at least 5 Olympics. Pretty amazing guy. Red is fine. It's just the yellow. Yeah, that's a little less yellow there. I do see something I missed in my reblurring, so I'm going to go back and do that. Whoops. Help if I'm on the right tool. I'm going to get rid of that. Yeah, need to blur his arm up. That was weird. I get so intense when I'm editing that I end up with like shoulder and arm pain. Really funny. I mean, not funny, but funny. And so I got a massage chair so that I can, after I edit, I just go to a half an hour in the massage chair so that I don't kill myself here. Yeah. I get really focused and intense, and I realize that I'm like tensing all my right arm muscles. Which then makes it hard to actually shoot with my camera because my arm is killing me. So, yeah. I know, first world problems. All right. And now this has brought my radio sliders back to normal. And I'm going to take a little bit more yellow off of his skin. But I'm also going to lift the shadows a little bit. A little more clarity. Oh, I like that better. Just some minor fixes. Whoops. Sometimes a minor fix is all you need. Yeah, these are mostly gone these days. There's still a few around here and there, but they really, there's some people have taken them and made them into coffee shops and stuff, mobile coffee shops, which is kind of, well, not mobile, but pop-up coffee shops, which is kind of cool. Still keeping them around. Yeah. Just a little bit of blur, a little bit of noise there. And then I'm gonna take the highlights down, raise the shadows up so we really get a look at their faces. Whoops, not what I wanted. Okay. And I'm going to export that one. Take the watermark off of that one because I don't want to have it into the photo. Ah, that was the chef. I think he was the chef. I think. No, here's the chef. I don't know who that guy was. Some strange guy I took a photograph of. That was the chef, the Iron Chef. I do miss living in London. But I don't miss the price of living in London anymore. I used to love living in London a long time ago. When I used to be able to go to the theater like four times a week. They had student rush tickets, and I would go to the theater a lot. It's my thing. I actually like this photograph, but I'll flag it. I'm not going to do anything with it right now. Those are good memories. Old photograph, but good memories. Actually, I think I'm going to work on this one. Don't need to do too much on this one. Just for giggles, I'm going to bring it, not Photoshop, I'm going to bring it into Aurora HDR. Just for giggles. See what it looks like. May hate it. Never know. I know I'm streaming a lot earlier than I normally do. Ooh, I do hate it. I know I'm streaming a lot earlier than I normally do. But I'm stumped for words. I'm going out of town later, so I won't be streaming for the next week. I'll see you guys, some of you guys in the chat, the team chat, but I won't be streaming because I'm taking a little bit of a break. There are some black and white ones that I like. Oh, and I could actually let me redo the white balance. There we go. That's a little bit better. I'll make it a little bit softer. There we go. Well, that's a little better. I was going to make it black and white, but I don't think I'm going to, because making it black and white would take away from this black and white photograph. Definitely don't want to do that. Oh, I'm taking the hue down. I want the saturation down. There we go. Oh, that's better. that's not doing much. Okay. Okay, there's what I have now. There's what I had. Much better. I do like it a lot better. A lot crisper. Just for giggles. No, I think it takes away from the black and white photograph. Increase that, decrease the highlights. All right, now I do need to bring it into Photoshop. I could do it in Neo, but there's just a couple of dust spots, so I'll just take care of it in Photoshop. There's nothing major in here. Oh, and there was something on the billboard that was annoying me. The crease. The crease on what was then Prince Charles and is now King Charles. It's one of my favorite photographs of the whole family there. I think it's a fun photo to look back on. Still want to remove some of the blue. And now some of the aqua. I don't want to remove all of it, but I don't want it as deep blue. Now I also do have to get rid of some of this green. The green in the water. There's also a little bit of yellow that needs to come out. I mean, it is mucky right there, but the HDR just mucked it a little bit more than it needs to be. All right. Yeah, that's fine. I like it. Oh yeah, the basketball shots were fun. I try and get tickets for a bunch of different sports, even if I'm not a fan of that sport, so I can take photographs. Oh, this might have been netball. Nope, it was basketball. This was basketball. Uh, Basketball. I think I did do netball also, but I don't remember now. Hand in front of her face. I was just at the wrong spot where her hand was in front of her face. Otherwise, that would have been a great shot, especially since the ball is showing London 2012. And she's got an intense look on her face. She's not really looking up yet. Just a little bit. Let's see. It's okay. It's just okay. Nothing special. There were better shots. My wrist. Actually, I do kind of like this shot. Yeah, there we go. Oh, that's right then. Okay. I just need to just sharpen it a little bit. Not a lot. I really do enjoy sports photography. Um, but I only go to the Olympics, so I don't, you know, I suppose I could do more, but I don't. So, 'tis what it is. right. Just a little yellow to me. That's better. And I'm actually going to crop this down, I think, to just this scene right here. Oops. Don't want to lose the ref's hand. Just because it really captures the jump. Okay. Now I'm just going to blur the judges a little bit. Not judges, the coaches a little bit. I'm sure they're very nice people, but I don't want to see them. They're insignificant in this shot. Nice people, sure. I'm quite positive, but yeah. I really want the focus to be on that ref and the players. So I'm just re-blurring the background. Sorry, Nike. I'm blurring out your logo. Don't worry. There are plenty of logos everywhere else. Of course, I live in Nike Town, the home of the Nike headquarters. My spouse used to work for Nike until last month. And left to pursue other things. But a lot of my clothes are Nike. So still a fan, but not as much a part of the cult as I was when my spouse was working for Nike. I'm trying to be deprogrammed. All right, so I just blurred the coaches out a little bit. I'm just going to get rid of some little distracting things on the court, distracting spots on the court. And they're just distracting to me. So, you know, why not clean it up? All right, there we are. Much better. I really like the definition there. The faces are clear. The looks on everybody's faces. Just going to contrast it a little bit more just to get even more definition there. Excuse me for 1 minute. white balance is fine here, but I don't like that at all. No, that's, to me, that's washing it out a little bit. Just for giggles, again, I'm going to take it into HDR and see what we get. I'm just flipping back and forth to see what I like. I do think I like that. Although I will take the HDR microstructure down a little bit. And the detail boost down a little bit. Oh, well, that's too much. There we go. So I'll have to take the yellow down a little bit too. A little bit more. All right, actually, I don't hate it. So that's without, and that's with. Yeah, I think I like that a little bit better. Jump shot. Jump shot. And no watermark on that because it will be on top of the photograph. I don't want to do that. Star and flag. That's what's fun about a sports photography is those, when you catch those great jump shots and the looks on the players' faces and everything. Even in gymnastics, your solo sports, still just fun. Fun, fun, fun. Fun, 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 fun. What was I doing? I don't know. Was that... That must have been pre-drinks. No, I'm just not kidding. No, not actually. Maybe it wasn't pre-drinks. I'm not really sure. Look, it was a party, okay? Ah, this little chap was so cute. I love taking pictures of the kids because they really just embodied the joy of the Olympics. I know people criticize the Olympics a lot and everything, and it's not without its criticism, sure, but people do have a good time, especially the kids. They're just glowing, having a wonderful time. I don't remember what these people were doing. I did take a picture of it. It was a while ago. And people come from all over the world, so it's a lot of fun. This Brazilian gentleman, he bought himself a little guard, Queen's Guard, sorry, now King's Guard hats. And he's walking around. It just people are in a really different place. They're in a much happier place than normal times. I like this, but whoops, I don't know what I did that for. I like that. I don't know what I want to do with it yet. Ah, me and my buddies. Two of my British friends. Been friends with them for 100 years, maybe, give or take. Since I'm 5. No, I've been friends with those guys for a very long time. Oh, here's me being a jerk. My much younger years, but me still being a jerk. I just love this kid. Actually, I'm going to bring him into Luminar Neo, which I didn't have in 2012, of course. So this is going to be kind of fun. Eh. Okay. Actually, instead of doing that, I'm going to bring the exposure down a little bit. We're going to have to darken that. The way the sun hit his hair. We don't need to do anything to his mouth. or his eyes. His eyes we can't see. So, he doesn't have any skin defects. He's a perfect child. No skin defects there. Defects, sorry, not defects. Remove dust spots. I do see a couple. Let's see if it catches them. It didn't. I see one right there. Get rid of that. That's not really doing anything there. There we go. Okay, the highlight contrast doesn't. Oh, let me bump it up a little bit. Let me take the highlights down a little bit on that. Nope. Nope. This is an AI mask. I'm not sure if this is going to work for what I want it to do. Let's see. Yeah. Unfortunately, the masking didn't work. So, actually, do that a little bit. Let's see if this works. Not really. Oh, I don't like using dodge and burn in this kind of a situation. But let's just see if it... No. No, that just looks weird. Okay. I'll apply what I did to the skin. And then I'll... Still can't do that. It's not doing anything that I want it to do. I'll just have to leave it. You know, if you're not doing if it's not a model shoot, and you can't exactly go up to this little boy and say, "Hey, can I fix your hair?" It's really, hitting the sunlight. Sorry, young man, I don't like the way the sunlight's hitting your hair. Can I please fix it? No. Aside from the mother that would have, come over and, rightly so, just, beat the crap out of me. Yeah. This was a rare opportunity to be in the spot we were in, right in Westminster, where they put the beach volleyball, right, like kind of there by Parliament. It was very unique. Something I had never been able to do in my entire years of living in London. So that was fun. I do kind of like this photograph. I'm not going to worry about it right now. Sorry, got to change my battery on my camera. Well, my camera is kind of dead at the moment. It may come back. In the meantime, I'll just keep editing. All right, I'm back. Momentary glitch. Oh yeah, I'm gonna wait to do that one. That's me. Me being a goof. Thought that was a straw there. Fun days. No, he was not bringing me a beer. Although that beer does look really good right now. Talk about showing some home team spirit there. That's another thing I love about the Olympics is that just people, they just, they show spirit and fun. And I mean, it's really, if you ever get the chance to go to an Olympics, I did not like their torch, however. If you ever get the chance to go to an Olympics, it's really cool. Just a amazing atmosphere. Everybody, again, people criticize the Olympics. I get it, but it's, when you're there, it's really something different. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. First Olympics I ever went to was 1984, when it was in Los Angeles. I lived in Los Angeles. Well, I had been living in London and then went back to Los Angeles. Not sure what I was doing there. Oh, that's a blimp. Hello. A dirigible. Not sure what I was doing here. Probably just a bad camera setting. I was probably paying... oh, why did I flag that? I was probably just paying too much attention to... What happened to my... That's not what I wanted. I'm going to have to go back. My phone hit my screen, so all my... There we go. That was weird. All right. Oh, no, it's there in develop, but it all goes away in my library. Well, that's not a big deal. Yeah. Weird. What did I do? What in the world did I do? Oh, no, I didn't do that. This is actually fine. No, it's not. No, 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 it's not. What am I talking about? I need my my catalog view. Great. I'm going to spend 20 minutes finding my catalog view because I can't remember how to do it. My phone hit up something on my keyboard. Oh, there it should be here. Let's see. Ah, there it is. Nope. Nope. Well, this is weird. Go back to previous module. Yeah, see, it's not showing my stuff on the side. It's my navigator pane that's gone in my library. Panels. There we go. Catalog. Why isn't it giving it to me? Okay. Now. Now. This is weird. It's not bringing my panels back. Or my navigator. Let's do Control-Shift-0. No. Well, this is really annoying. Ah, there we go. I was going to lose my mind there for a minute. Don't know what button my keyboard, what the keyboard shortcut was on that. But I like my side panels. It's kind of a nice thing to have when you're editing. Sorry, Beasel's barking again. Beasel. Beasel the Weasel. Beasel the Yorkie is, I just call him Beasel, that's not his real name. But he's my alter ego. He's a glue dog. He's usually glued to my side, sitting at my feet, sitting on my lap, making me pay attention to him. Kind of a pain in the butt. But he's my guy, so... You know, when it's your guy, it's your guy. I really like this photograph too. Now I want to sharpen and denoise that too. Oh, that felt good. Sorry, I just had to crack my neck there. Yeah, this standard one is really the one I like the best. It seems to sharpen just, even it says remove a lot of blur. It seems to do it without too much overcorrection on sharpness. Which I do like. Okay. Now I can lift the shadows more and then add some contrast, a little bit of contrast. And I need to take it into Photoshop to re-blur some of the background there. So I will go ahead and do that. And, you know, I'm also gonna fix this here. I don't need to do that. Making sure to get all the edges. No disrespect to the other runners, but they're blurred and they're not the focal point of the photograph. So this is really just a shot of two main warriors there. The third one back there, just intense competitors from Jamaica and the United States, Gatlin and Bolt. Just happened to be a rare moment of them standing right next to each other. And that is really bugging me, that little spot there. That's better. Better, better, better. Again, no disrespect to the other runners, but I think I'm just going to actually remove them so as to distract less from the core image of this photograph, featuring the two competitors about to race. A little more contrast gives it a bit more depth. Actually, you know what? I'm going to take this into Luminar Neo and go into the portrait mode and see if I can't make some adjustments to their just the lighting on their faces to see if it looks good. Don't want to do too much. Just a little bit of light on their face. Yeah. Just a little bit. It's kind of a what are they thinking at this moment before their big race. In fact, I said I'm not really good at titling photographs, but that's a good title for me. Game time thoughts or race time thoughts. Tower Bridge is still one of my favorites in the world. Just incredibly beautiful architecture. You might have noticed I like bridges. And then they lowered the rings, which was fun. Oh, handheld, obviously. Yeah, they hadn't lowered the rings yet when it was red, white, and blue, unfortunately. Yeah, unfortunately, this was handheld. Did not have my tripod with me because I had been photographing at an event where I was not able to bring my tripod. So, whoa. Yeah. So yeah, handheld. I sometimes you just have to grin and bear it with handheld. Don't always have a choice. This one just needed just a bit of sharpening, not too much. the right one. Let's see. See if it'll do what I want it to. Yeah. Just a little bit of a blue light tinge on there. Ooh, that wasn't it. A little bit of blue light tinge. Just need to get rid of that. It's just a casting off from the lower part of the bridge here. Nothing wrong with it. It's not pleasing to the eye for me. So that's all. Some wayward lights I'm going to get rid of just because they're distracting. A couple of wayward lights. Yeah, that's good. There we go. Take a minute for that to come over. All right. It's not 100%. But I do like it. Might even crop this a hair. Yeah, that's better. Actually. There. And I'll flag that. I'm not going to export that one just yet. Lots of diving photographs. I was up in the nosebleed section. Did have a long lens, so I got some good shots. But I've already edited the ones that I like. Oh yeah, this this was awkward. Over the years, I've been at the Olympics. I usually I'm able to get backstage on with NBC. I'm not with NBC. I just am pretty good at social engineering, and I'm able to get myself backstage. So I've met everybody at all the anchors several times, but this was the time when the two of them had not spoken since the scandal, and prior to him being fired, and he had gotten her fired. So this was their first meeting since, and she was very emotional. Yeah, she even gave me a hug, which, considering how emotional she was, it was really, really kind of amazing. Lovely person. Not going to do too much with that. Just going to leave that there for now. Oh, these two cuties. Oh my god. Look at these. Look at these two cuties. Look at those faces. You just want to pinch the cheeks. These chubby little cheeks. I went around town taking photographs of all of the statues. I think when, I don't know. I can't remember what the name is. But I went around town taking photographs of all of these. I think I got them all. I just really, really loved these two little ones. Their faces were just so adorable. Actually, before we do that, I'm going to bring the highlights down. I'm bring the exposure up a little bit and then bring the highlights down some more. Then I'll go and, well, no, hang on. All right, I'm going to bring it into Neo. Now I have to be careful here. Because the young lady on the left, her face is much brighter. There we go. I just want to pinch those cheeks. These two young ladies are adults now. But just puffy cheeks. I love little kids with puffy cheeks. I mean, I had puffy cheeks too. I still have puffy cheeks. Wait a minute. Anyway. Oh, hang on one second. There we go. I had to shut off a light. Now I can lift the shadow here a bit more because the radio sliders have gone back to neutral. Take down the highlights a bit more. And now I've kind of evened out their faces a little bit more. Can't even them out completely because the sun was coming from the left-hand side. Well, that's okay. Still better. All right, I'm just going to call this Olympic cherubs. They have those cheruby cheeks. Yeah, I went around town, took pictures of all of the Wen. I think they're called Wen. Not sure. What was at the time? The Queen's Guards. Now the King's Guards. Funny story. When I was with a wee lass, living in London, the first time I lived in London, yeah, you couldn't get away with it today, but a friend of mine and I, well, we weren't friends, it was somebody I just met that day at school. We decided to take a walk about town, ended up at the Horse Guards. They weren't doing anything. They invited us into the stables. We were, they handed us their swords. They put their helmets on us. Would not get away with that today. It was a blast at the time. I do have a photograph of myself with one of the guys, and he's standing in the Horse Guards. But yeah, wouldn't get away with that today. They'd have you drawn and quartered. I'll come back to this one. I do like it, and I've never really done anything with it. Okay. Where's the one I was looking at? Oh, here. Not sure why I have two. This must have duplicated. I think I see some duplications there. I do like this photograph. Oops. You know what? Instead of doing that, I'll just take it into Neo and have it remove any dust spots. Although it didn't work last time. It wasn't very successful. Let's see if it does it this time. Are you gonna work? It did. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. I could denoise it in here a little bit. It's not super noisy, but too noisy for me. There we go. All right. And I'll tell one. All right, I'm at the end of this one, so I will end for now. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for watching. For those of you that are watching later, those of you watching on Facebook, Facebook Live recorded. And I will see you guys next week. I will be gone until I have to look at my calendar. I will be gone until I come back. Sorry, that was bad. I'll be gone until the 15th, so I will probably not be streaming it again until Friday the 16th, so almost a week from now. In the meantime, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you then.